KOSPI just ripped 6% higher in a single session. Welcome to LineVest Daily. US markets close in minutes, and Seoul opens in about an hour to defend a stunning rally. KOSPI opened July 22 at 7,150, up nearly 6%. That recaptures the 7,000 line after last week's SOX-driven crash gutted the tape. SK Hynix jumped between 8.7 and 9.2% to 1,995,000 won. That puts Hynix within striking distance of the psychological 2 million won mark. Samsung Electronics rose 5.4 to 5.8% to 273,000 won. Hyundai Motor added 8.3% as the rally spread beyond chips. Overnight, the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index jumped over 5%, lighting the fuse. This looks like a chip short squeeze setting the stage for a huge Q2 earnings week. Which brings us to next Wednesday, July 29th, at 9 a.m. Korea time. SK Hynix hosts its Q2 2026 earnings conference call, the market's main event. FN guide consensus targets operating profit of 64.2 trillion won. That is up 597% year-on-year, from 9.21 trillion in Q2 25. KB Securities' bull case reaches 69 trillion won, a 77% operating margin. Now switch to San Francisco on July 25 for a dinner that could reshape Korean AI supply. President Lee Jae-myung hosts 4 Chaebol chiefs alongside 3 of the biggest names in AI. Samsung's Lee Jae-yong, SK's Chae Tae-won, Hyundai's Chung Yoo-azin and Naver's Lee Hae-jin will attend. Across the table, Nvidia's Jensen Huang, OpenAI's Sam Altman and Anthropic's Dario Amodei. The agenda: Vera Rubin HBM4 supply and Korean AI factory plans for the next generation. And there's a fresh reason Samsung is walking into that room with leverage. AMD and Anthropic on Tuesday announced up to a $5 billion strategic investment. Anthropic will deploy up to 2 gigawatts of AMD Instinct MI450 accelerators. Samsung Electronics is AMD's primary HBM4 memory supplier heading into that GPU generation. Translation: another massive demand signal stacking onto Samsung's memory supercycle story. Speaking of Samsung, the Financial Times reports talks to invest €1 billion in Mistral AI. That's at a €20 billion valuation, and S&P just lifted Samsung's outlook to positive. LG Energy Solution and GM are recalling roughly 850 workers to their Ohio plant. Alteogen sells targets full-scale production in the fourth quarter of 2026. LG Display swung to a first-half operating profit even after a deeper Q2 loss of 107.7 billion won. So the one thing to watch: SK Hynix's Q2 call on July 29 at 9 a.m. Seoul time. If consensus prints, the 2 million won door on Hynix likely opens. For the full analysis on every story, visit linevestnews.com and subscribe to LineVest Daily.